Mike here, Redneck from Mid-Missouri. I'm at my shop today, and I'm going to be taking off my summer wheels and tires and putting on my winter wheels and tires on my 2008 Tundra. And I'm sure a lot of people run into the same problem I'm running into, is the TPMS light. You know, I have sensors in both sets of wheels, but then you have to get them programmed. And on the Fords, you get a little program tool. It's very easy. But on Toyotas, you got to have the Toyota electronic software to do it, and it's a real pain in the ass, and it's expensive. So on my Fords, it's real easy, like I said, but on this truck, it's not. So I'm gonna do a little hack to not bypass the sensor, but just to hide it. And what I'm going to do is, I'll show it to you here in a minute, but I'm going to take the dash off. I'm going to pull the cluster out of the dash, and I'm going to peel back the fascia and put a little piece of black electrical tape to hide that damn light. So for the next 3 months, when I'm driving with my winter tires and wheels on, the damn thing doesn't flash non-stop and drive the I don't know, drive you crazy. I'll say that. So here we go. I'll just point to the project there. There's the summer and winter wheel combo, and I'm going to get those off, and I'll get inside the truck, and we'll do the hack. Hey, just in case anyone was wondering, to get the wheels off these trucks with these chrome covers on these Tundras, you got to pop this off with a little tool, and to be able to get the impact on these. And the impact is a 22. I'm going to point something out. These are Michelin LTX ATs, and if you look at the date code on them, you can see they're cracked. But I believe this 07X means that these tires are in 2007. These are original tires on this truck. This truck's a 2008 model. It's got 90,000 miles on it, and look, it's still got a substantial amount of tread. I'm going to pull the four-wheel drive cover off, put that in there. Let me see what's going on with this glove box thing. I don't think there's anything in there. See what's going on with this. Well, that pulls off pretty easy, but the issue is this is in the way. So looks like I'm gonna have to start the truck and move that down. So I started the truck and I pulled this all the way down into the shift mode. Let me see here. See if I can get it off now. Let's tilt this wheel down. It might help also. So I tilted the wheel down. And it looks like it's just Legos. Something is hanging, looks like wiring harnesses back here. I'm going to shut the truck off and continue to try to fix this. Oh, it's not snagging on the left. Tilt this out. Maybe the dimmer switch is holding it. No, that's not it. Four-wheel drive holding it. Nope. I'm gonna see what's going on here. This could be some of my issues here. So I'll unplug these items and go from there. Okay, I'm back. Now this thing is a pain in the ass to get out of here, let me tell you. Okay, see, there is a wiring harness that goes down in here, and you see that main harness there, and it goes through that hoop right there, through this hoop, and then over to these, and that's what it's hanging up on. So you have to unhook all these things and get this wire out of here. And also I had to pull that panel down. It just snaps in, and there's one harness which hooks to this bottom end of that harness, and it hooks in right there, and I pulled it down. As you can see, it's stuck on the piece of metal with that little pop plastic piece, and I had to pull it off. But anyway, this dash is like the most pain in the ass I've ever seen to get off one of these things. So let me shut this down for a minute and we'll continue on. Alright, so I just laid that on top of the dash, and there's 4 10mm bolt heads. It looks like it comes out here. So I'm going to pull these out. I got my extension, and they're just screws. So let's put these where I don't lose them. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Looks like there's a maybe dust guard situation here underneath here. I guess to try to keep debris out of the steering column, and it's pretty tore up, and I didn't do that, so that's the way it was. Okay, let's see what it takes to get this bad boy out of here. Well, that's cool. There's only 2 harnesses back here. One. It's actually just one harness. It's one harness, and the harness is also held in by a black push pin. It appears. I might just have to cut that. Yeah, I might just have to cut that out. don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'll zoom in here. There's a push pin situation there that holds that wiring loom. Yeah, I see no way around that. Why, Toyota, why? You've got to be designed so well. I love it unless you got to work on it. And then it's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to go get a pair of wire cutters and cut that so I can get that dash out of there. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just got to be careful not to cut any of the wires and just cut the clip that holds the wires. And at this angle, it's easier said than done. So let's just hope for the best here. Maybe just a little piece at a time. Okay, and if you guys can see this situation here. Alright, let's go into the workbench and finish this up. Alright, I'm back on my workbench here. Let's just lay a little something down so it won't scratch it, the lens. Okay, most of these lenses just pop out. But see, sometimes you don't have to pop out the whole thing. You can just pop out the part you need. So let's just take a look at this here. Let's see. See, we got these pop outs here, and that takes this lens off. But I'm thinking that we need this black off too. So anyway, let me grab a little screwdriver here. Go down, that where how it goes. Appears to go down. Some goes down, some goes up. That one's up. And that one's down. That one's down. Down. Got it started, it appears, or I broke one of them. That sucks. Yeah, they're pretty fragile, so I broke one already. Let's continue to try to work this through here. Those are out. Here's the one I broke right there. So that means this lens is pretty fragile, the type of plastic they use. Seems like that should be coming out. I think I got them all started. Yeah, I think the situation is this pin here. Okay. Finally, as you can see, I broke one of them right here. That's a pretty fragile piece of plastic. Alright, so now let's pull this black one off. This seems like a sort of a better piece of plastic here. It's kind of a pain because you gotta get it started without them kind of snapping back in there. Okay, so that's off. As you can see, they're little just spring-loaded, and they got like a clippy on the end. I guess if you wanted to paint that, you could. This is what I'm getting to, is right here. I don't know if you all can see it or not, but right there, right beside that L on the low oil, is a TPMS light. And that's the one that I want to black out. Okay, so let's gently pull this off, if it will. That one did. And that one's not. But looks like I might be able to get to it anyway. That's a bummer. That low oil one is not wanting to come off very easily. There we go. Yeah, these things just pull off of here, but sometimes they're a pain. So at this point, you can just take this black guard up and put black tape under it. Let me grab my tape bin out. So, see here, do I have any black tape in here? Nope. Here's some. Get some black tape here. Grab a pair of scissors. Alright, I'm just going to lift this up. There's a tow haul, maintenance required, auto LSD on there. And I'm just going to put it behind the you guys can see that. Well, I didn't get it all. Alright, so you can lift it up a little bit and see that there's no light coming through anymore, so that's good. So that ought to be fine. Okay, get my fingerprints off of it. And if you want any other lights out, you know, this is a good time to, you know, black those out too, these warning lights, if you want. I don't have any other ones that I really care to have blacked out. There's that light if you want to turn off your traction control stuff, and it will blink, but anyway. So let's put this back where it was, here. put this back to where it was here. Yeah, that one's a little touchy. Okay. So that ought to be good. And let's go snap that cover back on after I wipe it off a little bit. I got a little no ammonia cleaner here. I'm just going to clean this inside and out. Alright, let's put this back together. First off, it's this situation. And it goes higher than that, right there. There we go. Clip, 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 clip. Make sure there's no dust or debris on this thing. Okay. Now let's put this on. I wiped it down with ammonia-free cleaner. If you put ammonia on this plastic, it just makes it crack and do all sorts of stupid stuff. Okay, so we'll put this back on. There's a, your trip meter switch right here. Just gotta make sure to line that puppy up in there. Get these plastics started. I'll get the top one started first, and then try to maneuver this reset switch in. Yeah, that ain't working. So I'll line the bottoms up. And that seems to be doing pretty good. Okay. So that all snaps back in. So, alright, I think it's ready to get back in the truck. We'll go to the truck, put this puppy back in. I'll just show you these clips in case I didn't show them to you before. They're just there, and you just push in and out. Here, push in and out. And then these, here you also push in and out. So these, just push them down, but you got to get them all started without popping back out. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully you guys can see, because it's getting a little dark. First of all, I'll plug this gauge cluster back in. Click. And it appears that you got to rotate it in, front end first, or top end first, and then rotate it down. That's the way it appears it has to go in. Okay, well, that sets in there flush. We'll get these 4 screws back in here. There's one. There's 2. Get my extension out here and do that way. It'll be a little easier. Get them started. There's 3. And there's 4. I'm not going to put my impact on here. I'm just going to hand tighten these because it's plastic. Tighten them with my extension by hand. On. On, and on. Okay. I am going to, I'll just show you guys where these are. The 10mm here, here, there, and down there. So let me grab my keys and start this truck up and make sure that the voltmeter and the oil pressure is where it needs to be. Good. Should be about half. Okay. Alright. Everything seems to be working. I just wanted to test all that out before put it back in here. So I got a 4 high, 4 low thing flashing, but that's just because I got it unhooked. So alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I mean, if you guys stuck with me, that means you probably want to see this go back in here, so let's try this thing. It's sort of a pain in the ass, like I said, to get it in here. So I'll go over. Okay. So I'll feed this big wiring loom. I gotta pull this down into low here and then turn it back off. Yeah, it won't let me. Darn it. Bell. Alright, I'm going to feed this harness back through where it needs to go. Alright, I'm going to have to start the truck to do this, and it's just going to have to beep because I got to get that shift lever down to do this. Okay, I got all 3 of those plugged back in. This vent. I gotta get it snapped back in here. So that's all in. Okay. Probably didn't show you guys this, but there's a, you know, the dimmer switch thing. I had to unplug it and pull this out. So this just, well, I would put the camera down, but anyway, you can see the little square area here, and it corresponds to this, so that's got to snap back in there. Pop goes the weasel, because the weasel goes pop. Okay. I think that is it. Camera down here and show you this. So from the dash, all these dash controls come out this white harness, and then it connects to this white harness in here. So you have to take that apart, and you got to pull this lower panel down to get to it in order to get this dash out of here. Snap this back, connect it back. It should bring everything back to life. Like my emergency flashers just came on. Okay, I'm thinking that everything is back to normal. Just have to snap it. But ooh, there's two harnesses here. Oh, I don't think they go in anything. I think they're dummy plugs for other, yeah, okay. They're just dummy plugs for stuff that I didn't order as accessories on this truck. Okay. Alright, so that's all back. Let's put this back on here, 4-wheel drive button. It should be in 2. And yeah, that's the piece right there. That's the issue. So there's a dust shield situation that yeah, see it falls down. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but right there's kind of a dust shield thing that gets pushed. Turn this back off. Okay, so let's test everything. Make sure it all works. I have to find my keys. Set this back up. Okay. Shut my door here so it don't ding. See if all the lights go out. Which they do. Yeah, okay. I just had the dimmer down, so that's fine. Seatbelt's flashing, but that's good. Okay, well, everything seems to be working here. And guess what? Right beside that low oil light, there is no TPMS light flashing like this seat belt light right there. That's what that TPMS light does, and that's the whole reason I took 30 minutes to do this, because it irritates the hell out of me. Big brother, big government's trying to make us safe for themselves, but I have a tire pressure gauge and I know how to use it, so I guess some people don't, and their tires run low and they crash, so we have to, the government has to protect ourselves from ourselves. I think it all stemmed from a lawsuit from Ford Explorers and Firestone. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's a pain in the ass. Let me flip this around. Okay. Thanks YouTube for watching. Hope you stuck around and watched the whole process. Mad Mike, peace out.